Hi, it's Lou, and I wanted to talk more about dissociation, but also create a video that specifically addresses dissociation. So, dissociation is that numbness, that spacing out, that way in which we kind of avoid being here because we get triggered or because of pain. And while it's really useful, it also creates a lot of problems. It creates problems in relationship. It creates problems in relationship to the self because we kind of need to know how we feel about stuff. We need to know how we feel about people. We need to know when we're triggered. We need to know when we need space. We need to know when we're hungry. So it's really, really important that we kind of figure out how to be grounded in the body and present in the body. So I'm going to tap with you, and we're going to start with numbness. So tapping is emotional freedom technique, and it is a way of bringing us into the body while at the same time soothing the system through addressing the meridians. So the meridians are acupressure points. So you're addressing your energetic system, which can really make a big difference in terms of calming, and it can be really good for health as well. But with dissociation, we're just going to start with tapping. So we're going to say numbness, okay, so let's start with the reversal statement or the setup. I'll explain that. Okay, so it sets you up with the problem. It gets you related to the problem, whatever the problem is. So you could use it with other things other than dissociation. But in this case, it also is called reversal because it helps us with the way in which we get attached to a particular way of doing things. So we get reversed then on our intention because we're attached to doing it that particular way. I hope that makes sense. A bit like if we're drinking and we want to stop drinking, a part of us might be quite attached to drinking. And it's the same with other patterns in the system where we get attached to the way that we do it because we start a particular way, like dissociation, for a good reason. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with numbness. So even though I have this numbness, and you insert the word that makes sense to you, but even though I have this numbness, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. I know I'm doing the best I can. You can make it simpler than that. Even though I have this numbness, I know I'm okay. Even though I have this numbness, I choose to let go of some of it now. So on each point, we're just going to say this numbness, and you can be really descriptive about it and say this green numbness, this numbness in my chest, wherever it is, try to describe it, give it color if that works for you, if you can see that, if you have a sense of that. This numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness. It's about 4 inches down from the armpit. This numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness, this numbness. So we're going to go through again. You can also talk about the numbness. So I've had this numbness since I was, what age? I've just become aware of this numbness. I notice it's hard to be present sometimes when this particular person gets upset with me. It's hard to be present when I go to work. It's hard to be present when I go to sleep. I find it hard to sleep. It's hard to be present in my body. My body doesn't feel like a safe place for me. I'm just giving you examples of things you could say that could be true for you. The numbness helps me to survive. So again, about 4 inches under the armpit, bra strap level. Next to the nail. Numbness is helpful for lots of reasons. It can be really helpful. Helps us survive. Helps us survive. Helps us survive. So now we're going to do the back of the hand in between these two fingers, the little finger and the ring finger. So keep tapping on the back of the hand while you move your eyes and do different things. That's a brain point, so it gets your brain involved. It's really helpful. So look straight ahead. Eyes closed. Eyes open. Heart down left with your eyes. Heart down right. Around in a circle. And in the opposite direction. And hum a tune. Count to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And hum a tune. Take a deep breath. Okay, so I would use that a lot and use it lightly. So try not to give it a lot of energy, reminding yourself that the dissociation is there for a reason and that it's a strategy to survive, so that you get to be, you have to kind of listen for the body and the mind to change. You have to listen and respect where you are. That really, really helps. So the other practice that I wanted to invite you to try is Tapas Acupressure Technique. So it's your ring finger and your thumb at the top of your nose, and your middle finger on your forehead, and your other hand across your occiput. But I also want to say, so I also want to say that that emotional freedom technique is really good at clearing stuff without you focusing on it very much. So you can kind of push. It's good with dissociation because it works well with dissociation. It works well with stuff being far away, and then you just tap and then it gets better and then it can come closer. It works really well with that. There's a practice called the tearless trauma technique that's really effective with EFT. And there's other practices that kind of use dissociation. So doing lots of tapping can be really, really helpful to kind of calm down the system. And that's why, having done that, I'm bringing in a different practice in case you would benefit from just a holding practice rather than a movement practice, which tapping kind of, keeps you busy doing something. So it's your ring finger and your thumb at the top of your nose, each side, and your middle finger on your forehead, and your other hand across your occiput. Or if this is painful, you can also put it on your chest. It's helpful to put it on your occiput because that's your visual center, and that helps to keep that part of your brain involved, which is helpful. So you hold this pose, and usually you shut your eyes and you tune in to the body. So in this case, you would tune in and you would be aware of the numbness. And if you feel able to just kind of sit with that and allow that, then that's a great way to work with dissociation. The important piece with both of these practices is to allow yourself to be however you are without changing anything. That's really important. So just being however you are and listening to how it is. It's really important, really valuable. And if you don't feel like you can do that, then the tapping would be a better option. Okay, so keep coming to center, keep coming back to center, keep respecting where you are. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Okay, bye, be well.